10,000? Really? 10,000 dragons? Fairy Tail 316. Off the gate, I gotta say, very impressive chapter. I enjoyed it a lot more than what happened last week's, but we will not mention last week's chapter. This chapter was filled with content, really good content at that. A lot of different things going on, and overall it was just really a great surprise to wake up to and read. Like, it just had a lot of good stuff to it. So let's start off, first of all, the Erza and Kagura situation. Minerva just, hands down, became probably one of the greatest villains in Fairy Tail thus far, because she is just so maniacal. When she brings back Miliana and she said, I was bored, so I scratched her back up and cut her up, and it was nice to hear her screams. I was just like, God damn, like, is this really a woman? You know, it's really starting to look like this is some dude, like some really evil dude that dresses like a woman. Like, what woman takes pleasure in carving up somebody's back till they're bleeding everywhere? Like, holy shit. Minerva definitely is just a beast. I would really love to see some of her backstory and why she is the way she is. Is she just pure evil? Is, you know, did her father, like, used to beat her when she was little so she could become like that, and she just became worse than him? Maybe, you know, he used to torture and neglect her and all sorts of shit. Maybe that's the case, but I would really love to dive into Minerva's past to find out just why is she so evil, and why, because she obviously has to have a reason why she wants to be number one at all costs, whether it be torturing, hurting, and all that case. And it seems as though she delights in even torturing and hurting. So hopefully we get to dive into her past. Maybe, again, it more than likely has something to do with her father, because it seems like a lot of his ideals were passed on to her. She's just even 10 times more evil than he was. Well, from what we've seen of Gemma. So, Minerva is just a dominant beast. Erza giving that face like, I'm gonna just destroy you, cut you up. I can't wait to see how this goes. Hopefully it goes a lot better than the Kagura situation. Again, we will move past that, though. We also have the couple different fights going on. We got the Loxus versus Orga. A little bit disappointed on that. That basically, like, you could see that Orga is just not really much of a match for Loxus. Maybe he's giving him a little bit of a workout because, you know, he's not completely just standing there. But you can kind of tell that Orga just isn't no match. Orga's even saying, oh, you're better than I thought. And Loxus say, oh, where's all the tough talk now? So, you know, it's not really a match. But then Jura steps in, and I'm really excited to see how this is going to go. Jura, you know, we know that he's like an incredible beast, so hopefully this three-way will be a true three-way, and not, since, you know, nobody in there is real evil. Like, Orga, yeah, he's with Sabretooth, but he's not really all that evil, and Jura, you know, he's a decent guy. He's strong as hell, but he's a decent guy, so this might be a three-way where, you know, a true three-way, and out of the three of them, I could see Orga getting eliminated first, because Orga looks clearly like the weak one, and then hopefully, and I wouldn't mind it if, like, if they're having a three-way brawl and then Orga gets knocked out first. I wouldn't mind that, because in all honesty, Loxus versus Jura sounds like an incredible battle in and of itself, because Jura is just, he's a beast. You can see, we've seen the power level, we've seen so many different things with this guy, so I really would love to see how far he can really go, and how far Loxus will go in a battle with him. That's something I'm really excited for. Also, Rogue versus Gajeel. Like, has Rogue slipped and busted his head? He told Gajeel, which he had the balls to do that basically Gajeel isn't as strong as Natsu. But even so, Natsu was strong enough to take on you and your boyfriend Sting. Okay? So, even if Gajeel isn't as strong as Natsu, he's still somewhere around there. So, what makes you think if Natsu could take down you two, he could at the very minimal take down you? You know, one person. Come on. Like, Rogue got it twisted. Hopefully, Gajeel whip his ass. It's interesting, though, in the very first panel of the chapter, on the cover page, we see once again Sting is planning something. He's sitting there calmly. What is he sitting there waiting for? Will he be the surprising factor? I doubt it, because Sabretooth winning isn't a big surprise. I mean, especially for the princess that has seen what Sabretooth can do, I don't think that maybe Sting will surprise anyone. I don't know. I kind of don't see that being a big surprise and a big upset, or, like, you know, this big shocking thing for him to win. Like, maybe if Shelia, or however you say her name, wins, then I'd be like, holy shit, you know, how's he won the tournament? But for Sting to win, it's like, it's not that big of a surprise. It's a surprise in the sense that, holy shit, somebody other than Fairy Tail won for us. But story-wise, for the princess to see Sting win, it's not a big, it's not a big surprise unless he wins like all in one shot. He just kills everyone down or knocks everyone down. Then it'd be like, okay, that's a pretty big shocker. Can't wait to see what he got planned. Hopefully it's something good. Another part of the chapter I didn't really care for too much was the whole Juvia versus Shelia, and you got Gray and Leon there. I didn't really care for that. It was funny, but for the most part, it's like you got so much epic stuff going on, and then you got the bit of comedy in there. And while, yeah, it was kind of funny that, Juvia's all over Gray, I'm still upset that Gray just stands there. Oh, what are you doing? You're a girl. Like, no, stop already. Every time I see Gray do this shit, I'm going to get on his ass until eventually Hero writes him like a man and not like a little girl. Like, no, cooties. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Shit, you got Leon. Leon got the right mindset. Leon is where it's at. Leon is like, yo, Juvia, come over here. But then Juvia don't want him. Crazy triangle. So I guess it is pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, it is pretty funny. It's just that you got so much epicness, and then it's like the funny has he's the odd man out right now. The funny aspect of the chapter. So I guess give and take with that. It's like don't really care for it, but it is pretty funny. And then last but not least, 10,000 dragons are supposed to show up and just go wild, destroying shit. First of all, where the hell are the dragons going to come from? I think it might have something to do with that graveyard they stumbled upon. Either the graveyard, the eclipse, or that Zeref that we seen in 7 years ago. One of those things. I don't think that Zeref that we seen years ago would do that. The Acnologia don't give a fuck about anyone. I don't think the Acnologia would give a shit to do this. He would just terrorize everybody. Which, also to note, if the Acnologia, which, yeah, he's a strong-ass dragon by himself, but if he was enough that Fairy Tail had to run for their lives, everyone was just running, they tried to stop him from killing Makara, but nonetheless, if the Acnologia by himself was a ferocious beast, 10,000? If they're even half as strong as the Acnologia or these dragons, then Fior stands no chance, and I understand why Future Lucy had to come back in time. Where they're going to come from, though, maybe they'll be resurrected from the graveyard, maybe they'll pop out of the Eclipse machine, I don't know, because I don't know if in Future Lucy's timeline if the Eclipse was even there, because we haven't got like a clear understanding of what's different now than it was then, if the Eclipse Project was even there, or, how did she slip back in time? So we need more answers as far as that to, find out, but overall, 10,000 dragons. That shit was what sold me that this chapter is just like phenomenal. You got all these battles going on, and then 10,000 dragons are going to show up and just start like destroying shit. Definitely a good chapter. Definitely enjoyable. A lot of strong points. The weak points, like I said, was the kind of in-between comedy that almost felt like a little bit of filler in a way, and also the whole thing with Loxus, like his battle once again isn't really all that of a struggle. Orga's like already starting to say, well, you're pretty good. And Loxus is like, yeah, I'm good. So those are like the weak aspects. Everything else very solid. I give this chapter 4 out of 5. Really fucking awesome. 10,000 dragons. Can we say 10,000 dragons? Hopefully Hero delivers with this, because I would love to see just like everyone going crazy. Like, who knows? Maybe when they show up, that's when everyone's going to have to like make a last-ditch effort for the Eclipse Project and jump through the portal or something. That's the only thing I can think of. Either that or that vision that Carla had where Lucy is in the kingdom in the palace, and she's like saying some enchantment or whatever with the keys. Maybe she's going to use the 13 keys to stop them from attacking or something. And while it's getting destroyed, all the dragons, are attacking, she'll maybe make them disappear or die or something. But if it means at the cost of Lucy's life, will Hero actually kill off Lucy? Doubtful. So we'll just really have to see how this plays out. Either way, I'm excited. 10,000 dragons. Igneel, where are you? Where are you, Igneel? Come and save Natsu, alright? Because things is looking bleak right now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Thumbs up for 10,000 dragons. Thumbs up for 10,000 dragons. Can I say that? I mean, really, 10,000? Up for that world. And as always, people, have an awesome day.